Hey guys, I'm back with part 2 of our blue ring pour. Let's put my gloves back on. It's a bit of an effort to get around after I've turned the video on or off, because the tripod's sitting up on a table, so I have to climb up the stairs, up onto the stool, and then onto the table, and then I can reach the camera. So if you hear a bit of clunking, that's me climbing onto the table. I'll have to come up with a better idea. Okay, here we go. If you've watched part 1, you'll know how I've mixed up all these paints and poured them in. There's my little dot there. I'm going to start in the centre. And we're going to pour these colours out. So this is a slightly thicker mix than I used for my flip cups or dirty pours. Those are all 3-to-1 mix, 3 Floetrol, 1 paint. The ring pour, I like to do it a bit thicker so that the rings stay defined in their round shape. This is 2 Floetrol to 1 paint. Feel free to fast forward if you don't want to watch the making of the rings. It's a bit monotonous going round and round and round. Sorry about that, but it has to be done. 600 grams or 600 mils in each of these cups, little pouring cups. I have to try and speed it up, I think, otherwise I'm going to be here all day and have to go to part 3 for the tilt. Don't want to ruin it though. 3 litres of paint mixed in this canvas. It's expensive. Don't want to ruin it by rushing it. So if I have to go to 3 parts of the video, I will. We don't have to rush our pours. Everyone thinks that once the paint's on the canvas you have to rush. You don't have to rush. If you're doing a flip cup or a dirty pour, you take your time, think about how you want to tilt it. You don't have to rush. Well, I think by the time I've done 5 of these, I'm going to have a sore back, leaning over. I'll try and speed it up a little bit. Whatever you put in your cup first is going to come out last. And whatever you put in last is likely to come out first. You will have mixtures, as you can see, but the main colour that you put in first will come out last and be your centre. So if you're wanting a dark centre, put your dark colour in first. And if you're wanting a light centre, put your light colour in first. Nearly there. Nearly at the end of the cup. Hopefully I haven't got too much paint in each cup. It's hard to know with these big ones until you've done one as to how much paint you're going to need. Oops, got my finger in that one. Trying to catch the drips. Okay, go to the side here next. And there's my dot there. And I do want to make sure I go over the canvas with this one. So I didn't on my last one, and I didn't have enough coverage. The corners were empty. So I'll try not to do that with this one. A lot of copper coming out first here. I'm going a bit faster with this one. Takes a while to do 5 big rings, that's for sure. And head over to the side a little bit more because I'm not getting paint over the edge yet. So I'll just move the jug over towards the edge and see if I can get the paint to go over the edge there. So I don't want any bald corners on this pour. Getting some aqua through there, that looks really pretty against the copper. As this paint sits, it will continue to spread. And a thicker mix like this doesn't spread as fast as a thinner mix, as a 3-to-1 mix. Let's get a bit closer there as my circles were getting a bit wobbly. The closer you get to the canvas, the more circular you can go without it going too wobbly and losing its round shape. Every time I swirl the cup, the paint in the cup is mixing. So you have to be aware of that as well. Whatever's in the cup there, as I'm swirling, is mixing up and blending. It's almost to the edge now, which is good. More navy coming out now. Should be quite interesting, this pour, with the different shades. Same colours in each cup, just layered differently. Round and round we go. I'm getting dizzy looking at these. Your drips, try to as best you can so it doesn't leave a mark. Now I'm going to take these away because I don't want the canvas to tilt from the weight of those. So there's my dot for this one. And away we go with ring number 3. And same with this one, I will go a little bit to the side to make sure that we get paint over the edge. Circles don't start off very round when I start pouring because it's quite full and quite heavy. there's less paint in the cup, the circles seem to be better. Either that or my arm's getting tired. These circles aren't the best. I'm still debating whether to put up my failed glue tree ring pour on YouTube. I guess sometimes you like to see the ones that don't work as well as the ones that do work. So you can see where I went wrong. I think it's nice to see fails as well as passes so that you can compare and see where you might be able to improve next time. So I probably will put it up. So that's gone over the edge there, which is fine. So now I'm just moving the cup over a little bit more to the centre. So I don't want to lose it all over the edge. Here comes our aqua and white. This ring seems to have more navy in it. So it looks as if I am going to have to go to part 3 of this. So I've got about 5 minutes left of taping and 2 rings still to do. So I may even, if I ran out of time, I may even pour the last ring off camera, and then when you come back I'll be ready to tilt. Aqua and navy coming out now. My 2 favourite colours. I do a lot with aqua and navy. It's the colours of my house. It's kind of Hamptons with navy and white and grey. Just put the lights on there. It's getting a little bit overcast outside. Okay, here we go with the next one. Now when this pour hits the other 2 circles, it will push them back and create a line. And that's our vertical line that we'll get when we start tilting. A lot of copper in this one. Copper and cool blue coming through at the moment. So you have to have enough paint on your canvas for the 2 rings to hit each other and create that line. You'll see what I mean when I start tilting. You need that line between the rings, and that'll give you your stripe between each ring to define it. We're just starting to come through now. My circles that I'm pouring onto the canvas are probably about 1 inch wide. The circle I'm making, 2.5 centimeters. It's not tiny little rings. It'd take forever if I did tiny little rings. This is taking long enough. And you can see where the colours, the rings are pushing up against each other. I'll make a line. Okay, now I've got a few minutes left, just enough time to pour this one, and then I'll stop. This one's a little bit thicker, it's not pouring as smoothly. One of the colours must be slightly thicker than the others. It's difficult to make your colours all the same consistency. Each colour seems to be a little bit thicker or thinner than the other. The cool blue in the global, I have to mix that 3:1 to get the same consistency. My daughter's home, dogs are barking, sorry about that. Hopefully they won't get too much louder when she comes inside. She's just pulling into the garage at the moment. So I do apologise if they start barking. Hi Gemma. Just wanted to say hi to her. And here comes some more aqua. Loving this aqua. Pretty much turquoise 50-50 with white, and then just a touch of cobalt blue is how I make my pale turquoise or my aqua. Nearly there. Sorry about this. Boring part 2. Has to be done. Part 3 will be more exciting. Let's hope that works after all this, after you've waited so long. Let's hope it works and turns out nicely. Some pretty rings there. Navy and the copper. Very pretty. Okay, that's it. Okay, 5 empty jugs. And I will go and download this and see you soon.